Hello, luxury real estate agents. It's Jack Cotton, best-selling author, luxury real estate expert, and agent. It is that last word that I want to focus on today, agent. I am an active agent, just like you are. Well, towards that end, I was having a conversation this past week with one of the people who works on my agent website, jackcottonrealtor.com, and she told me that I needed to make some videos for the About section and for the Resource section of my website. So we agreed on a couple different topics. And I thought what I would do for the next week today and the next couple of sessions would be to share with you the videos I'm creating for my own website. So today's topic is going to be photography, explaining to sellers why photography is so important. So watch and let me know if you have any comments, if you think there are things I could do to improve my video or things that I should have added, or just what you think about it in general. So here it comes. Hello, thank you for visiting jackcottonrealtor.com. If you're watching this video, you may be thinking about putting your house on the market and you're wondering why photos really matter, or what I have to say about the fact that photos really matter. Understand now that in 2013 and going forward, internet marketing is critical. In fact, most of the marketing we do for your property takes place online. Well, as you know from being online yourself, that people who are online are in a hurry. They have short attention spans. They're always clicking next, next, next. So that means we have 2 seconds. 2 seconds. The time it takes to say 2 seconds is about 2 seconds. We have 2 seconds to capture somebody's interest in your property. Therefore, a great deal of thought, time, effort, and energy needs to go into the lead photo we use to market one of our listings. We need to capture, compel, and enthrall people. We want to have them want to see the rest of the story about your property rather than clicking to another property on some other website. So that lead photo is just so critical. So once people look at the first photo, then we want to enthrall them and capture them to look at the rest of the photos, and we need to make them as good as they can be. So we have to think back to the human eye, because the human eye is really a miracle. When a person walks into a house, they can capture all elements within the room. They can see the furniture, they can see the floors, they can see the ceilings. More importantly, they can see the windows, and they can see what's outside the windows. The human eye is constantly adjusting in just almost instantaneously the different settings, the different light settings that are there, so that it can take in the whole room all at once. Now, a camera can't do that. A camera can focus on the ceiling, the wall, the floor, the view outside the window, but it cannot focus on everything unless we trick the camera. Now, in the good old days of real estate, maybe 20 years ago, we used to spend an hour and a half to 2 hours to take one picture, because what we did was to sort of trick the camera to act more like the human eye. We would equalize the light inside the room so that we could capture the room and the view outside the room at the same time. I can't stand, I'm sure you have seen these pictures where you look at the interior of a house and the window is a total blaze, a total whiteout. It's just totally blazed out there and you cannot see what's outside the window. So though in the old days, again, we equalized the light so you could see the inside as well as the outside. Today, we have a process we use called HDR Photography, high dynamic range photography, where we can actually take a series of photos at different light settings and then Photoshop, 6 or 9 photos into one photo so that the view outside the window is perfect and the view inside the room is perfect and everything in between is made into one perfect photo. Again, our job is to capture, enthrall, and keep people on the website looking at your property. So here's some examples. I want to show you some before and after pictures. Here's a picture of the outside of a listing. I took this picture from MLS. And here's a picture that we took of the same listing. It's also an MLS picture. So these are very low resolution pictures. We didn't doctor them at all, except we spent hours taking the picture and making sure the lighting was perfect. Here's one more example of the living room of the same house, before and after. And now you can see what we're talking about with the view. I'll do one more picture here. Here's inside the room with the window sort of blazed out, and here's what it should look like when you can see the view out the window. See, that tells a more compelling story. It lets the person looking at your property online, it gives them an idea of what they're going to be seeing when they look in the house in person. It's very difficult to sell a house online. We want to have people come and see the house in person. We want to convert them from lurkers to lookers. Because a lot of people, when they look at property online, they do what maybe you did. They tried to eliminate properties from the list of ones they're going to see in person. So they may have a whole list of real estate they look at online, and how we can eliminate, so that we only have to focus on 2 or 3 properties. Our job when we photograph your house is to make sure that your home is not the one that's eliminated, at least not because of the photography. So that's why we take upwards of 600 pictures to get down to the 24 that we're going to use to really portray the true essence of your home. That's why we typically spend all day. We look at different angles of the house to understand when it's going to look in the best light. You know, some shots are morning shots, some shots are midday shots, and other shots are afternoon shots. So we might have to visit the property 2 or 3 times during the course of a perfect day to get the exact photo representation. Also, elevation is important. I'm not a big person. I do not believe in aerial photography unless you have a spectacular roof. And the roof is what's going to sell your house, because typically looking down is not the normal way that a person looks at real estate. So we do try to get some elevation. We'll use a ladder, like as you can see me here, setting up a picture for the photographer. And when we need to, we'll rent a lift, as you can see here. We'll get up even higher. But we typically never want to be more than 20 to 24 feet off the ground, because when we talk about that lead picture that's going to capture somebody within 2 seconds, we want to get enough elevation so we can see the beautiful front of the house and capture the view, whether it be water or a golf course or just the landscaping or surroundings. We just want to have the picture tell as much of a story as possible so we can convert those lurkers to lookers. So, in conclusion, photos do matter. You never get a second chance to make a great first impression. It's okay to be OCD when you're lining up pictures, and I think we are OCD. We want to tell enough, but not tell too much. We don't want to tell so much that people don't think they need to come and see your house in person. We want to tell them enough so they're compelled to want to see it in person. We want to convert the people from lurkers to lookers. Anyway, there's my video about why photos are important. Give us a call. We'll be happy to come and talk to you about your property and help decide what are the best angles, the best times of day, and start framing those pictures so that we can make sure your property looks as good as it can online. Thanks so much. Okay, so that's pretty much how this video is going to look on my website. Watch for it at jackcottonrealtor.com. Let me know what you think. In the meantime, I want to give you a couple of reminders. Forward this email on to a friend, another realtor friend from across the country or around the world who might benefit from learning more about how to become a successful luxury real estate specialist. Check out the listing of my newsletter. And don't forget to send me one of your listings. I'd love to promote one of your listings in my upcoming newsletters. And as I said, this group of agents now, which is in the thousands, is large enough where we can start generating some free referrals in and between each one of us. So send me a picture and a description of a listing you'd like me to promote. Don't forget to log into luxuryrealestateunplugged.com. Our sessions are the first Tuesday of the month. So make sure you tune in, send in your questions, go to luxuryrealestateunplugged.com and enter your question on that site, and I'll add them to my list, and I'll try to answer questions on the fly during the session as well. In the meantime, thanks for tuning in, and make it a great week.